see.
He's chasing shadows. He wants the shadows in the wall.
If dogs are like that means they see a ghost, Dad.
It means they see a ghost?
Yeah.
So you're telling me he sees a ghost right now?
Yeah, he sees a ghost right now.
And it's behind me? Oh, man.
You can't see the ghost. It's a ghost. You can't see ghosts.
That's creepy. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a lapidary project in the garage here with our dog Rocky. He's seeing ghosts. And I got Travis just hanging out. He's doing some lacrosse. Just finished his lacrosse season. Still wants to play, so he's out here getting some drilling time in. But today I'm going to be looking at this Hampton Butte that Kyle from World of Rockhounds sent us. And I think I'm going to polish a piece. I want to add a piece to our collection in the house. I think I'm going to use this piece. I have two really awesome specimens here. This one I think I'm going to leave as is just because it's just a unique shape and it's got some really good grain on the sides. Whereas this piece here is more of a half round piece. So I like that about this piece, and it's got more workable surfaces. So I think this surface here is the obvious choice. I'm gonna cut. I'm just gonna slab it, I think, just to I want to get rid of this little depression here, so I'll slab it here on an angle up this way, just taking a thin layer off. I don't want to lose too much. There's lots of voids in this piece, so I'm expecting to have that, but I'm really going for the white and green polish look on a flat surface. If you watched any of our videos, you know that I like to polish all of our petrified wood pieces flat. I just like the flat polished look more than the contoured round look, which is my preference. So we're going to do that with this piece today. So we're going to cut it, and then I was contemplating polishing it on the vibratory lap, but I think it's like in between. It's just not heavy enough, so I don't think it's going to be suitable for the vibratory lap. I could be wrong on that, but I think I'm going to do it on the flat lap. It's going to be much more challenging to polish it on the flat lap, but because it's a bigger piece, I find that the flat lap doesn't really take well to bigger pieces. It's harder to get the scratches out, but we're going to give it a shot. I'm told by Kyle this stuff polishes really well, so yeah, we're gonna do the challenge here. So we're going to use the Hi-Tech Diamond flat lap to polish. We're going to use the Hi-Tech Diamond 10-inch slab saw to cut, and we're going to do it right now. Come along with us. So I finished cutting that rock, and that was difficult, to say the least. I cut a couple slabs off it, but the saw... So this rock was probably just a bit too big for the 10-inch slab saw with that blade. That was a notch blade. It was one of the thin blades. I probably should have had a sintered blade for this, something a little more powerful to cut through that. It wobbled quite a bit, so I have a lot of saw marks in this. Catch it in the light here, you'll see the saw marks. So we got a bit of grinding to do. We got to clean this up. The slabs look great, actually. There are some voids in this piece that have dirt in them. So I'm going to try to clean out this dirt before I start grinding. Or I might grind first and let it do some of the work for me and then clean it out after before I polish. But this is where we are with the piece. I'm going to get to start grinding this piece here on the 8-inch Hi-Tech Diamond flat lap. So I got a lot of work ahead of me on this, so let's get started. hours later. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that. That took about 4 hours. I think it has a lot to do with my wheel is probably needs to be replaced. It's probably dull. And there was a lot of saw marks in this piece. But we finally got it flat. And you can see it's even got a little bit of a shine to it right now. You know, after 80 grit, this piece has a shine. I think Kyle was right. It's going to shine up beautifully. A little bit of scratches in it you see there, but that's just from the 80 grit disc. I'm going to go to the 180 grit disc now, and hopefully that'll get those scratches out. Let's move on to that disc now. Minutes later. Okay, so we're done the 180 grit disc. That one only took about an hour and a half. I'm pretty satisfied with getting all the scratches out. I think we're good to go here. So we'll switch it over to the 220. I think we're going to skip the 260 grinding disc because I like how this is looking right now. I think I can get out the rest of the scratches with the 220 polishing disc. So we're going to try that. And we're going to go ahead and fire it up right now. Okay everyone, here's the piece after the 3000 grit. Normally I would stop here. As you can see, it's got a really nice mirror shine. Right now, typically I'd be happy with this shine. But I was recently messaging Karen from Ozone Fine Art Adventures, famous for the Rockhound podcast. And she suggested that I've always been a big doubter of the diamond paste that comes with the high-tech diamond flat lap. I usually stop at the 3000 wheel or I polish it with aluminum oxide. But she told me to run this disc with the diamond paste at the lowest speed possible. I've never ever tried that, so she told me it's worth a shot. She gets really good results doing that, and I'm going to give it a shot today on this piece here. So we're going to see if we can even get it shinier. It loses focus, it's so shiny there. But there's lots of there's lots of voids, and there's these black spots in the rock which don't take a very good shine. So You can see it's not, the surface has a little bit of imperfection just because of those spots, but the green and white just looks awesome. I mean, I'm so happy to add this piece to my collection. Again, thanks Kyle for hooking us up with this. This is going to go on my petrified wood, even though it's a limb cast actually. I think technically the Hampton Butte is a limb cast. This is definitely going to go in the limb cast / petrified wood shelf, along with everything else that I have. One day I'm going to do a video just showing my petrified wood collection, but for now I'm just polishing up some pieces this winter. So let's go ahead and try polishing this thing with the diamond paste. Typically when I do this and I use the diamond paste, I find it actually smudges the surface and I can't get the smudges out. But we can always take it back to the 3000 wheel again and get it out. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. Okay, so I finished polishing that with the polishing wheel and the diamond paste, and I have to say thank you, Karen. It did make it pop a bit more. I'll be using that technique moving forward. You can see it's got a really good mirror shine on that now. Whenever you can see your own reflection in a piece, there's my Under Armour shirt. The Under Armour symbol right there. Whenever you can see your own reflection in a piece, that's pretty good sign you got a pretty good mirror polish. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this video. There's going to be lots more lapidary stuff here in the winter time. It's getting cold here. We're going to have a couple more rock hounding adventures to release, but there's going to be a lot of lapidary content over the winter. I want to thank Kyle for sending us this piece. Link to his channel, World of Rock Hounds, in the description below. Thank you to Karen for the advice on polishing this. Both are stars of the Rockhound podcast. You can find Karen over at her channel. I'll put a link to both of their channels in the description below, and you can also find a link to the Rockhound podcast, where we have a couple episodes where we were guests on the show, and there's been lots of great guests. I think they're up to like over 40 episodes now, so you should go check that out. Lots of great guests, lots of good rock talk, so go check that out. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.